Hello, Scream Demons, and welcome to the Screams from the Basement podcast with Sam and Casey. I am one of your creepy co-hosts. I am Casey.
I'm Sam the Damned, and let's get screaming.
Back in 1965, Plan 9 from Outer Space and Glenn or Glenda director Ed Wood wrote a quote-unquote masterpiece in erotic horror with his Dancing Dead horror flick, Orgy of the Dead. Now, 60 years later, director Andrew J. Chambers steps into the cemetery director's throne with a modern reimagining of the Ed Wood cult classic in Orgy of the Dead 2.
AJ joins us back in the basement to discuss creating a sequel to an underground cult hit, what he learned from making his incredible Babezilla films, and how he brought the trauma model of filmmaking to the Midwest with movies like Lust Magic and The Witch's Sabbath and After School Lunch Special. Please welcome back to the basement the one and only AJ Chambers. AJ, how's it going, man?
How's it going, guys? So happy to be back.
Hell yeah, dude.
We are pumped to have you back. So excited to chat Orgy of the Dead with you. I saw you give a little laugh when I called the original film a quote-unquote masterpiece in erotic horror. This comes straight from the poster. That's not me saying it. That's from that original poster.
Or was it? I know it was Sexicolor.
Yeah.
And something Vision, whatever company it was. Yeah.
So Orgy of the Dead. This is a movie. When you think of horror sequels to make, I'll be honest, Orgy of the Dead isn't the first one that comes to mind. But when you look at the movie and you look at what you guys make at Hodgebob, you're like, there's only one group of people that should make a sequel to this, and it's you guys. So
that's exactly what I thought.
how the hell does this happen then? How do you go from this movie no one's talked about in 60 years or so to now, hey, we're coming back with some of the original family members involved, ends up with you guys with the Hodgebob crew? What did it take to make this movie happen?
First of all, I think it needed a sequel because everybody makes sequels to movies that were doing great, or remakes. Yeah. And this, we needed to step it up. But anyway, the family member, that was how we got permission to use the film. So that was Stephen Apostoloff's son, Christopher. Like, Stephen Apostoloff was the original director. And it took me forever to figure out who owned the rights to this film because it's gone, like everybody's dead 60 years ago. The film companies don't exist anymore. But yeah, I tracked him down through a bunch of different distributors. Finally, one guy said, I know who owns it. I'm not going to give you his name. I'll tell him that you're interested in making a sequel, and if he wants to get in contact with you, he'll send you an email. So, and then the name popped up, Christopher Apostoloff. I was like, oh shit, he had a kid, and that's who owns it. Like, of course.
That is amazing. I love that. So, like, what about this movie in particular? What about Orgy of the Dead sparked, like, you hunting it down like that, hunting down the rights and wanting to make a sequel?
Well, I wanted to make a sequel of some older movie that was, in our style, and this, I mean, it was so perfect, and I had all these ideas to update it, I wanted to make the dancers not just look like normal ladies, they gotta look dead. They're supposed, it's even in the dialogue in the original movie, it's like, they look dead, and none of them look dead.
They just look like people. Models. Yeah.
They were strippers. Went to the local strip club, and they're like, hey, give you $50.
Yeah, so I watched the original one because I had never seen it before. I had heard of it because of the Ed Wood connection, but I'd never seen it. Watched it for this. And, like you said, the dialogue said, oh, they're dead and they're grotesque and they've come back to life, and it's just these chicks dancing. Yeah. So you introduce some new
cat suit.
Yeah, you introduce in this movie some grotesqueness, some monstrous characters, also adding your own humor to this. Yeah.
because it needed comedy. It was funny anyway, on purpose. Yeah. And we added another monster character. In the original, it had the mummy and the werewolf. And I needed a gorilla. And I was like, Harambe's dead. Call him Harambe.
Yeah, the minute that you name drop Harambe in this movie, I laughed out loud so fucking hard. Like, I love that. I love that. So like this production, you did this like you filmed this over how many days again?
4 days.
4 days. Yeah. It like, what was it like with that quick turnaround? Just
Stressful.
like getting down and. It looked muddy. It looked muddy, the behind the scenes stuff that I saw.
It was a little muddy. Not too bad. It was before, like the day before, I was worried because it was very muddy. And then, this heat wave came through, and even at night, it was over 100 degrees. It was last summer is the hottest 4 days, right at the end of July, beginning of August. And, it was fucking awful. But yeah, that baked the mud pretty good. And I'm surprised nobody had a heat stroke. I don't even remember what your question is.
I mean, that kind of answers it. Yeah. Just in terms of like production, how do you think this compares to like some of your other stuff that you've done?
So, a lot of my movies have been that fast. 4 days. It wasn't all outdoors like this, so that was a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was there was shelter. It was just a long walk. We had a whole house we filmed at Sinister Sydney, is a outdoor haunted attraction. So They have this house that they use for their makeup room, for their, scare actors. And we use that as our makeup room and kind of like our home base. But, it was a good maybe 5-minute walk down to the place. So everybody's out in the elements, and there were so many things that went wrong. There was a rodeo going on the last day. I was so stressed out at this point because I was like, we have to finish it tonight. And I don't think we're going to make it. And all of a sudden, there's this rodeo announcer like over everything. Oh my god, you can definitely hear this. Luckily, like a lot of people dog on AI, but I was able to use the AI audio feature in my editing program to take out that announcer guy. So
see, that's what AI is for, to like fix stuff that's like, I don't know what else to do here. We got to just get rid of this weird sound that's in the background.
Yeah. That is hilarious. I mean, you could have gone the opposite route too and just like dubbed everything Fulci style.
Yeah. Just that part. That would have been very Ed Wood.
I mean, I think this is your best looking movie. I think
nice.
it being outdoors, using, like fire to light a lot of it, like it looks awesome.
Yeah. I think it looked good. I think we did a really good job of keeping it, tight, so there's no dragging parts really. And that was a big problem with the original. It was so boring. You don't naked ladies. That can't be boring, but it is. They're just dancing is one wide shot. And that's another thing that I did. I changed up some camera angles,
Listen, 90 minutes of ladies dancing is too much. 60 is perfect. Nailed it. And that's another thing about this movie, like, and I've noticed this throughout all of your work, is like the cast looks like they're all just having a ton of fun while making this. Like, Stephanie Love shows up in this one in a super fun role. I'm not going to say anything about it because I was losing it when she shows up. Jessa Flux is having a blast. Like, your entire cast is just, I can tell you guys are having fun making this, and that makes the movie a ton of fun.
Yeah. Jessa picked that role too. I let her pick whatever role she wanted. She's like, I want the horny character.
I want the horny for the undead character. Yeah.
Oh god. And yeah, her whole like we won't get into, spoilers or anything, but her whole arc and where she is at the end of the movie
Yeah.
is so goddamn funny. Filming it in 4 days. What was the hardest part about making this movie? Like, what was the most difficult thing to get off the ground?
Well, the time crunch was a big thing, and we had this issue. So this biggest stunt thing I've done so far in any of my movies was the car crash.
Yeah.
So we got a car that we could do anything to. It was my father-in-law's car. It was busted, and we got it running just to film the movie, and it was going to you pull it right afterwards. So give us $200 for this scrap car. So it worked fine all day until we drove it to the location to film, and it kept breaking down on the highway. It's like the alternator went out or something. They wouldn't charge the battery, so we kept jumping it, driving like a minute. It would die. And I had to call a tow truck, and that was such a long night. It should have been a short night, but it was one of the longest nights just because that car kept dying on us. And then it's a lot harder to break a windshield than you think, too.
I was wondering about the windshield because yeah, you have like a bloody hole in the windshield at
Yeah.
one point, and I was just like, oh damn, like that's not something you can fake. Like,
No, that was real. And yeah, I was covered in, it was, like I said, it was super hot, so I was sticky. And I got all these little tiny glass shards all over me.
oh no.
I was the one in the car breaking out the window. And yeah, that's all in the, on the special features of the Blu-ray. We did like a little featurette. It's just as long as the movie too, but yeah, it's got me in there breaking the glass out.
Nice. Yeah, did Tony Kimball, he directed the
Yes, he did.
behind
Yeah,
the scenes
I
feature,
gave him
yeah.
a little point and shoot camera, a little cheap handheld camera. He did
That's
all
awesome.
behind the scenes because he's always got his phone out taking pictures anyways. It's like you're the behind the scenes guy when you're not in the mummy costume. Yes.
That's awesome.
So tell us about the Blu-ray a little, because you guys got hooked up with actual distributor
Yeah,
for
this
this.
is the
It's going to be
first
coming
time
out.
I've tried to get distribution outside of just streaming.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got MVD. MVDs. They do a lot of older movies too. When I went onto their website, the first things that pops up are like Jean-Claude Van Damme movies and the Ninja Turtles movies. I was like, yes, this is awesome. But yeah, our Blu-ray's got a whole bunch of special features. It's got that featurette. We've got a featurette of the behind the sounds. Aaron Gum did all the music for this, and he did a great job. Two of his bands, and then he did a lot of like public domain music, like classical music. He just used his synthesizers to redo it. That was one of the things during the Stephanie Love part that we thought was funny, or he came up with, he couldn't figure out what to do for that. Then he found this one thing on the synthesizer that was like do 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 do. It's do do. Yeah, I'm also not gonna spoil it.
Yeah, that's
I love
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music too in this is so good. Like I love all of the, I mean, there's a lot of exotic dancing in this movie. And some of the music that goes along with that is just like it's a jam, you know? It's got
Yeah.
kind of some of it has a little bit of like that 80s dark wave to it, and I just
Yeah.
yeah, I really
That's-
love that.
That's his band, Dead Poets.
Okay.
And yeah, we're going to do an Omaha showing eventually, and they're going to play. And Mike Fantastic, who plays the Emperor, and one of the Beefcakes, they're a rap group called Smoke Break, and they're going to perform as well. So we're going to
That's
do
amazing.
live music and the movie and burlesque dancing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love
That's
that.
coming up. But
This feels like a movie you can totally like have live music to, or have it as the backdrop to like a band, like you know how like Rob
Yeah.
Zombie has he'll play clips from different movies and shit. Like this
Yeah.
feels like one of those that could be played as that type of backdrop for bands.
yeah, we could do this whole movie live. That would be fun.
There you go. It's the live adaptation of Orgy of the Dead too. Yeah.
Being like Gallagher, everybody in the front row have sheets of plastic.
You're gonna have to bring hazmat suits for this.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Another thing was Babezilla 2. We got to talk about it because we haven't talked about. We've only had you on for Lust, Magic, and the Witch's Sabbath, so we haven't talked Babezilla really. At least Babezilla 2 on Screams yet. The movie's on Screambox right now. You guys got to number 2 up on Screambox, right?
Yep. Yeah, it stopped at 2. It stayed there for a while. And then eventually, like, I think Christmas week, all the Christmas movies took over and pushed us back. But yeah, this is pretty exciting. Like, that's a pretty big deal. Like, Screambox, like, it's like number 2 in the horror streaming services. So.
Yeah. Well, and you like you said, it was there for such a long time.
Yeah,
and
almost a
you know,
month.
like you had kind of an influx of Letterboxd reviews coming in too, which was
that
awesome
was exciting.
to see. Like what was kind of your favorite part about that? Like hearing the feedback from a wider audience, getting reached by those movies.
I liked that not everybody hated it. Some people get it; they get the joke. Like, it's supposed to be stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I grew up on, like, Adult Swim and shit. So, like, the stupid humor is ingrained in me, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of people enjoyed it. Some people were like, oh, boobs and blood, you know, like, what do you expect, man?
Yeah, well, you clicked on it. It's the poster of the movie. You clicked on it. Like, what are you expecting from the movie?
Yeah, like, if there's anything that Babezilla delivers on, it's that it delivers on the promise of that poster, of that thumbnail. Like,
there you go.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Do you have? I know you've talked about it. You have plans to make Babezilla a trilogy. Do you have any ideas what you want to do with Babezilla going forward? Maybe you got to make it a Christmas movie so Screambox can bring it back up in Christmas time and take those over.
So I'm going. Babezilla 3, the official Babezilla 3, is going to be in space.
Yes.
She has to go to space to save the president who got kidnapped by aliens, turd monsters, whatever, in the second one. But I also want to do a Christmas special.
Yeah.
So
fuck yeah.
Babezilla Saves Christmas. It's just, you know,
that
has to be done.
It has to be done.
I've got all kinds of fun ideas for that.
Oh my god, that's awesome. As a fan of in-space sequels, I will absolutely be waiting eagerly for Babezilla 3. That's awesome. Like,
I want to have a lot of money for that one too, because I want to build sets, like cool sets, and have all kinds of aliens, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna save up. I don't want to rush that one.
To bring it back to Ed Wood, though, you don't need a whole lot of money. He did space movies with
I've
no
got
money.
Plenty of cardboard.
Exactly.
Yeah, you could do it, you know, Dark Star style with the early John Carpenter stuff, where like, oh my god,
there's wood in space. What?
Yeah, every set's so cheap.
Sleeping on wooden beds, like.
See, you just have Babezilla walking around in her heels, and you have like the cardboard background, like shaking behind her.
Yeah. I want to like do some Barbarella stuff.
Oh yeah, gotta get that Barbarella influence in if you're doing a Babezilla in space movie.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
This next question is kind of a new one to the show that we're introducing here with you, AJ. So obviously Sam and I, we're from South Dakota. It's the Mount Rushmore state, unfortunately. So Mount Rushmore, it's kind of a big thing. It's the big thing in our state. There's 4 faces on it. In this case, the question we're going to pose to you is, if you're going to build a Mount Rushmore of B-movie directors, and you're going to put 4 faces on that mountain, who are those 4 faces? Who are those 4 B-movie directors you're putting on the Mount Rushmore?
Okay. I feel like this is an easy question, but it's also a big one. I don't want to screw it up. And I have trouble remembering names. Lloyd Kaufman.
Yes.
Of course. Yeah.
Charlie Band.
All right. Yeah.
God, why can't I remember his name? It starts with a C. He's like the biggest one.
Corman?
Roger Corman.
Roger
Yeah.
Corman, yeah.
Thank you.
That's the George
And-
Washington on there. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like I should put Ed Wood on there. I don't know. There's so many that were really good. Like, fuck it. Let's Ed Wood.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Ed Wood rules, man. Like, he did so much, quote, unquote, so much with so little. I don't know. You can't watch Plan 9 from Outer Space and not admire the passion that went into that, you know?
Yeah. I almost want to put John Waters, but he kind of...
He's above. I think he's above that.
Yeah, he's above. He wasn't, but now he is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
He gets his own monument. Yeah.
He started out as B movies, and those were the best ones, in my opinion.
Yeah. But now he's like the Washington Memorial. He's just a giant
Yeah,
dick
yeah.
in
He's
the
a giant dick in the
Washington
sky.
skyline.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I was fingers crossed for Frank Henenlotter, even though he's only got
Yeah.
a few.
That's
but like,
really good, too, though.
his holy trinity of basket case, brain damage, and Frankenhooker is just like what more could you want? Jesus, you know, like
I almost don't even they are B movies, but I'd almost consider those above. You know, like,
yeah.
Fair. Yeah.
they're the dirty New York movies.
Yeah. It's true. It's so true. Awesome.
All right,
So-
Sam, I'm going to throw it to you then.
Yeah.
You got an announcement we can make on the podcast finally.
Yeah. We can make the announcement now. I'm pretty stoked about this. People who have listened to the show know that I am now the assistant manager at the Coyote Twin, and we are, as Screams by Night, our con that we are putting on in April, which Hodge Bob will be at. In the lead up to that, we are going to do a South Dakota premiere of Orgy of the Dead 2, happening at the Coyote Twin Theater, Saturday, February 28th. Exact time to be determined, but it's going to be a late night screening, probably around the 10 to 10:30 mark. And AJ's going to be there, and we're going to have a fun Q&A, and we're going to have a good time watching some undead titty dancers. It's going to be great.
I believe some cast members are coming too.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's
Yeah.
amazing. I'm pumped. So be on the lookout for more details and that time. That is, like I said, TBD. We'll get that nailed down when the rest of our programming falls into place. But yeah, AJ, I'm pumped to have you at our theater, and I'm stoked to see what people are.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm so pumped. Like, yeah, this movie's wild.
We had so much fun at the Omaha premiere. Like, it felt like you just got out of a live show, you know, a concert after.
Yeah.
Everybody was cheering, and yeah.
That's awesome. I am hoping for a similar reaction here. Yeah. You know, probably don't bring your kids to this one.
No.
But
Unless you're a cool parent.
yeah, unless you're a really cool parent.
There's some, not even just the naked ladies. There's some extreme stuff, like the Red Rocket.
See, that's going to sell these people to come now. They're like, what is he talking about?
Yep.
You have to see it, people. So, again, February 28th at the Coyote Twin. Late night at the Coyote is what it's going to be. Orgy of the Dead 2. AJ, one last question for you. So we have Orgy of the Dead 2 coming out. And obviously we love double features here. We're going to ask, what's a movie you would pair with Orgy of the Dead 2 that's not the first one as an ultimate double feature to watch? Either before or after Orgy of the Dead 2. What movie are you pairing with it?
Yeah, well, see...
You can't pick the first one. That's the easy choice.
I think you guys picked this for me the other night. You guys told me about Fuck My Son.
Yeah!
Oh my god.
That one's more extreme, I think. It goes to places, man.
Yeah. There's some uncomfortable shit in that.
Yeah, I would want that to go after my movie.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that would... I would be curious what audiences would think of watching those two back to back.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
Experience. I'm gonna have to make that happen. I'll get a hold of that director.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, we can probably put you in touch with him.
Yeah. I'm excited to watch this with a crowd because again, this is a crowd type movie to watch.
It has to be watched with a crowd.
It did feel a little weird watching it on my iPad alone, and then like looking over to like someone like, wasn't that? Oh, I'm alone. Like, so yeah, actually having people around to like interact with and like, yeah, this movie's gonna be awesome in a theater.
Well, AJ, do you guys have any other screenings coming up? And where can people? I know they can pre-order the Blu-ray right now. Where can people find that?
You can pre-order the Blu-ray on the MVD store. You can get it on Amazon Prime and what is it, Grindhouse?
Oh yeah,
Grindhouse releasing.
Yeah, Grindhouse releasing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice, very nice.
And we don't have any more set up yet. I'm thinking I'd like to do one in Las Vegas because that's where Christopher is. Mm-hmm. And then I'd like to do one in New York. All this requires me to travel though, so that's the deal with that. So eventually we'll get out there.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, so the next one then, February 28th, Coyote Twin. Be there or make your way to Vegas or New York at some point. A lot more is happening in Vermilion than those two, obviously. So you might as well come out to Vermilion, South Dakota.
We're a metropolitan, like, yeah, totally.
I was looking at hotels, and there's like, I could get a hotel there for under $100.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
You can't find that in
your
Vegas.
choice of like 3 of them, too. It's crazy. Awesome. Well, AJ, thank you so much for coming on the show, for sharing this wild movie with us, and for I don't think Casey, you'd heard of Orgy of the Dead before this, right? I had never even heard of it, so thank you for introducing me to Orgy of the Dead.
Yeah, no, I think that's another thing. I really think that this is going to cause people to go watch that movie. That's great for Ed and for Stephen Apostoloff. His movies, need to... Ed Wood got his recognition from the movie Ed Wood, We need to bring some eyes onto Steven.
Yeah.
He only made softcore movies. Beauties.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.